Hello, guys, and welcome to Little Prince. We are here today with a very cool, very exciting guest. But before we get into it, we would like to give a shout out to Ghost Energy, who is not a sponsor,
Yet?
but we will be drinking it
We
anyways.
will. We're manifesting,
Yeah,
Diana.
I was just gonna say manifestation. And that brings us to JV. Do you want to introduce our guest?
Yes, so we have, she goes by Mama D, Diana here. I found her on Bookstagram. She is one of the most enthusiastic,
Yes.
passionate, loving, like indie author supporters I have ever come across. You
Mhm.
are incredible, and I don't know how you do it because I watch your book hauls or your book
Mm.
mails. How in the world, and I know that you also have an extremely busy, challenging career, which I want to get
Mm.
into with you. How do you manage to read so much?
I and everyone asked me that when I was in if I can answer, is that okay?
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
I didn't know if we were going, but when I everyone asked me that, and when I was in junior high, I was picked to be in a college prep English class, and one of our
Wow.
electives was speed reading. So I can
Wow.
speed read. I can speed read. And my daughter actually timed me when she was like in junior high. It took me like 8 hours to read like a really thick book. Um,
What?
and people say, "Do you have good comprehension with that?" I do. I actually have very good comprehension with the way they taught us. So I speed read books, and I actually don't read as many as I would like because I am so backlogged. But I speed read is that's how. But y'all, I just got I do Audible now on my way to and from work because it's a 40-minute drive.
Uh-huh.
And I get a lot of books. I don't like to read on my Kindle. I like a physical book, but I've
Me
had a lot
too.
of
Mhm.
people want to send me like ebooks. So I've been reading on my Kindle as well. So I'm reading. I got a lot books going on at one time, actually.
So, of all the media that through which you consume stories, which one's your favorite? Is it the hard copy?
It's a physical book, a paperback,
Yeah,
a physical book. Yeah.
I do
Yeah.
too. I like that. Yeah, and so do you speed listen too?
I was just gonna
Uh,
ask that.
I didn't know that you could actually tap the screen to speed it up.
You
or
can.
or however you do that with Audible. I mean, I don't know how to do that with Audible.
Yeah.
So no, I just listen at regular. But someone just recently told me, Mama D, you can speed it up because it was taking me a long time to and from work to get through a book. And they're like, oh no, you can speed it up. I'm like, oh, wait a minute, what? I can speed it
Yeah.
up? I didn't know
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, yeah, because man, I'm so jealous, and I'm jealous of both you and Tyler, because Tyler's a fast reader, at least in my opinion. I'm the world's slowest reader. It takes me a long time to get through a book, and I don't want to make excuses with career and kids and stuff. It just takes me a really long time. Like I have ADHD or something. So
Right.
I love
Well,
what does it entail, speed reading?
you look for the quotations. I mean, just basically, you look for the quotations as to like what people are saying to keep it moving.
Yeah,
Um, and you would think that you would miss some of the description of stuff, but no, 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 you really don't. You
really
still comprehend that. That's the easiest way I can say is that you look for the quotations of people like saying stuff.
interesting. So would you
Mhm.
say then that you would prefer based on that, like books that are more dialogue heavy? Or
I
does
read
it not
any.
matter?
It doesn't
Yeah.
matter to me. It doesn't matter to me. And I say I
Wow.
don't even look at the blurb of a book anymore. If it's
Yeah.
an indie author,
Me
I'm going to read
neither.
it. Yep.
I
Yep.
saw that I mean, you really are just open to anything and everything. And
Hmm.
I love that about
Hmm.
you because the books that you talk about, they're just from all genres, all types of
Hmm.
authors, all paranormal, muddy
I've read
romance,
memoir.
horror, thriller.
I've read horror, thriller.
Yeah.
The memoir of Jane Epstein. I really and it was her memoir. So I mean, I've never really read a memoir, but it was an indie author. So I said, okay, well, let's read it, and I really loved it. So I'll read just
Yeah.
about anything.
What is your go-to genre? Like if you're like, I need something just for easy for my brain. Like what is your go-to?
Dark romance.
Ah, yes, a
The
lady after
darker, the
my own
better.
heart.
The darker,
The
the better.
darker, the better.
It's
What is like one of your favorites?
Well, my favorite book, like of last year, was Chloe by J.L. Jefferson, and that's not even a dark romance book. That is just a good story.
Oh,
I like dark romance, but I like a book that is a good story that makes me feel, whether it makes me
yeah.
cry, whether it pisses me off, whether I want to throw the book across the room. I like a book that makes me feel. Now, I don't know if you guys have ever heard of Ocean Waters. She's a very special indie author because her books are not out there. And she
Oh,
reached out like last year and she's like, "Would you like to read these?" I'm like, "Okay." So she sent them
what do
to
you
me.
mean they're not out there?
She is an indie author, but they are not like in a library. They are not like on Barnes and
Mm.
Noble. They are not like on
Oh,
Amazon. She only sells them from her website. That's the only place she sells them from.
oh,
I
Yeah.
love that for her because then
hmm
she is making the money that she deserves for her books.
Yeah, and
that's
they
I
are
love
they
that.
amazing.
and I will tell you that she's very picky of who she lets buy them, and that's kind of different too. Yeah,
Ooh.
Her.
she's won lots of awards for them, like lots of awards. But her Moments with You, ooh, that was the very first. Hers and Chloe by J.L. Jefferson are the very only two books I've ever cried and made videos crying on Book Talk. Those are
Okay,
the
hold
only
on.
two.
I need to make a note of that. So what's
Are
her
they
name?
are they trauma based? Because JV loves a good trauma.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, um, the twist. Ocean Waters is a 4 book series, but it's the second book that broke me. It is a very slow burn, but when you get
Mm.
to that twist of what happens, you're like, oh well, hell, and you just cry like a baby.
So how do you spell that?
Ocean,
Ocean
it's
water?
O apostrophe SHAN and then Waters, Waters. She is on
Okay.
Book Talk and she is on here. And then Chloe by J.L. Jefferson. You wouldn't think that it would make you cry. It's about they're twins, but one's a good twin, one's a bad twin, and they're taking care.
Mm.
The one good twin is taking care of her mother because her mother's got some mental issues, and the
Mhm.
stuff that hits her like all at once, you're like, she's only like 17, 18. How can someone live through what she has to go
Wow.
through? And I think
I'm
I cried
picking
two or
those up.
three times in that book.
Okay,
I
I'm
cried
picking
two or
that up
three
for
times in that
sure.
book. Yeah, yeah. And both of them, I will tell you, if you know me, you know I like chunkers. Both of them are very chunky books.
That's
That is crazy to me as like a bookstagrammer myself. Like receiving those books, like for me, I've received a lot of indie author books, like almost to a point where I'm okay to admit that it's a little overwhelming. You're just
hmm
like I have like half of my shelf is books that I just haven't been able to get to because
hmm
they just keep coming in, and I gotta ask, like, do you find it
you
overwhelming?
should
Like,
see
It
it's
her
is.
exciting.
hauls,
Don't
Tyler.
get
It
I
is.
do. I see
It
I
them
is.
mean,
on Instagram. Like, you have stacks of books. I get like 3 books and I'm like, God damn it, I gotta add it to my TBR, gotta get to those soon because I try to prioritize indies over traditional,
I do
right?
too. Now, here's the thing. If I buy the book and it's an indie author, just know that it's going to go to the bottom of the pile because I bought it, although I bought it to support them.
Mm-hmm.
What I work on now is books that were sent to me. If they're sent to me, those are the books that I'm reading now. And it's very overwhelming. And at least 2 or 3 a day authors. Hey, can I send you my book? Hey, can I send you a PR package? But I've gotten to the point where I say, do you need this read by a certain time? I am so backlogged.
Mm-hmm.
I am honored that you want to send it to me, but just know that I will do an opening video of it. But when I get to read it, it's going to be a while. So I let them know that
it's
now.
questionable.
Yeah, I let them
Yeah.
know that now because I feel bad because I get so many. My husband,
Yeah.
I send my mail to Atlanta. My husband, before he left to come visit me here, sent 6 big boxes of mail to me in New Mexico
Oof.
that I should get this Monday that I have to go through. So I get
Holy
uh,
shit balls.
that's like just
That's crazy.
normal
Sorry.
actually. But I do. I get anxious and I feel bad because when I get them, I want to read them right then. Because I mean, I owe it
Hmm.
to that indie author. You sent it to me. I owe, the unboxing, the read, the review. I owe that. But
Mm-hmm.
I'm letting them know now. Now I
Mm-hmm.
have probably a handful of 5 or 6 indie authors that are true to my heart that I'll read. If it comes out, I'm going to read it right then. And they're just going to
Yeah.
Yeah.
bump everybody because they were there when I started this. So
Yeah.
I'll
Uh,
read them. But one good thing, I also read fast. So those I can get
yeah.
through pretty quick. But all the hauls you see, like the one I bought 162 books at the event I was an influencer at like a couple weeks ago. I bought all those. So those will go to the bottom of the list. It's someone that has sent it to me that's going to get read first. And I just put it out there because they sent it to me. I owe it to them.
Yeah.
I think that's so wonderful. As an indie author myself, I can tell you that, at least for me personally, I don't really care when somebody gets to my book, just as long as when they do, I hope they have a good experience reading it. That's all I care
Exactly.
about.
Exactly.
I mean, sure, would I love a review early on, but I don't care when it comes. Just
Girl, your books are badass, just so you know. I love your books.
thank you. I
I
remember
hated the mother
the
in the first
mom.
book.
That was the point. And I was
I know.
here's a I don't I try not to talk about my books too much on our podcast because I don't want it to be about me, but I have to ask because the antagonist, the mother who pissed you off, as you've
Oh yeah,
repeatedly said, is also an ER nurse. How did you feel
I
about
know.
that?
Hmm. But I will tell you, I mean, we got some staff that are like unhinged, so I could
Uh-huh.
almost
Yeah.
believe it. I could almost
Yeah.
believe it.
Well, I mean, you know how to, handle injuries, I guess, how to inflict
Mm,
without not
without, yeah.
everybody seeing
Hmm.
it. So,
Hmm.
yeah,
Yeah.
I wanted to thank you personally for that review because I still
Oh,
have it saved on my phone. It brings me
I
life.
loved her. I mean, that mom is just like, ugh, ugh. I hated that mom. And you're right, that's what you wanted. And that's one of my all-time favorite books because did it get me to feel? Yes, it did. I hated that mother.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, she pissed you off. Guys, I remember you saying no. I was told I was gonna cry. I didn't cry. I'm pissed
Pissed
off.
off. Hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
I definitely cried. But that actually is a kind of a good segue because your actual career is an ER nurse,
Yes,
right?
ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Hmm.
So, like, first of all, like that is one of the craziest, busiest jobs. Like your hours are insane. I work in healthcare. I'm IT, so
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
I'm on the like bottom of the totem pole, but like that along with being a bookstagrammer is a full-time job. Like
Well,
doing your post, curating all of that stuff. I have to ask, do you plan out your posts or do you just impulse post? Because I'm a pretty much an impulse poster. Like
well,
whatever I have in my brain, it goes out.
I am an impulse poster. I'll get one in every now and then, like,
Hmm.
every once in a while. But I have no lie, probably 100 videos on my phone that I have recorded of opening mail, of hauls, of this, of that. So I also get overwhelmed because I want to get them out there, but I don't want to put 20 out
Hmm.
a day because everyone's going to be, oh, I'm so sick of her. It's not helping the indie
Yeah.
authors, okay? So I
You
actually, when I put out a video, because of something that happened, I had a couple of my followers say, "Hey, Mama D, there's this app that you can plan out your posts for a week." I went, "Huh?
hmm
What? Huh? I'm not tech savvy." And so since I got that, oh, I'm good as gold now because I will throw like a spontaneous one in there, but I also know that I can plan out 3 or 4 a day, like 3 or 4 days ahead of time, and I don't got to worry about them. They're gonna show up on my page. I ain't got to worry about it. And I was like, "Oh,
yeah.
this is badass."
That is
The
so
scheduling
helpful.
tool in
Hmm.
Instagram is the best thing
Yeah.
Hmm.
for people who have like an obscene amount of content. Like I do the same. I have a couple like I've done a couple of unboxings that I haven't put out yet because I haven't been able to get to the book yet and I want it kind of to like come out at the same time. But like yeah, so Bookstagram's a full-time job. And anybody who wants to argue that can shove it
Yeah,
because it is because you might not be constantly making content, but you are always thinking about content,
exactly.
especially if your content is your heart and soul, which is reading.
Hmm.
So you're
Yeah.
just always on. An ER nurse, a
Yeah.
full-time job.
Hmm.
Well, and
Like,
you do these crazy like 4-day, 24-hour shifts or something. I'm like,
There,
how?
there's 7 12s on and 7 12s off. So 7 days on, 7 days off. That's what it is. Seven
And
days
do you
on,
do
7 days. But I'm
yeah.
actually changing my schedule. That is just getting a little bit too much for me. I'm getting old, y'all. I'm a heavy girl, and I'm getting old. And my by my fifth 12 in a row, I'm like, oh, I'm
Yeah.
done. So I'm
mm-hmm.
actually only gonna do 5 in a row anymore. I'm not gonna do the 7 in a row, and that won't change for another like 3 weeks. It kind of doesn't help me when I fly home because I fly home a lot, or my husband, he's here, he flies here. Um, but because it's 2 day travel time, because it takes
Yeah.
me a 2 hour drive to get to the airport, a 3 hour flight home, and then so that's 5 hours of my day gone. So it's not going to help
Yeah.
there. But my husband's like, let's do it because the 7 in a row is a little bit too much for me anymore.
Yeah. So how
So you
can I
I'm
ask?
sorry, go ahead.
Sorry, Tyler.
Yeah, no, go
So
ahead. No.
can I ask? So your husband is in Atlanta, but you are
Mhm.
currently in New Mexico. Is
New
there
Mexico.
is there a reason why you guys are doing it that way? Is it just
Well,
job
we
related or
started. Well, I work for the government. I am a travel nurse, but I work for the government at an Indian hospital on
got
a
it?
reservation.
Yeah.
And there are a lot of them out here in New Mexico. I've been out here in New Mexico on and off for about 5, 6 years. We initially started it because we're getting older. I mean, I'm 54, my husband's 60. We're getting older, and we wanted to get some things done around our house to get it done now while we're working, so that when we retire, we don't have any of this stuff to do. And
Yes.
so that's why we
Smart.
started it. And we got, I mean, our whole electric done in our house, a new roof. We totally got a new bathroom upstairs. We got a new bathroom downstairs. We got new flooring. I mean, we got a lot of stuff done. And
Yeah.
so that was why we started it. But now out here working is a lot easier for me versus working at a level 1 trauma in Atlanta. I'm old and
Yeah.
I'm heavy. So I'm only going to be out here though for till like November of this year because the way things are going in this society that we're in, I want to be closer to home.
Yeah.
So
That
come
makes sense. I
November,
understand that.
yeah, come November, I'm going home somewhere closer to home.
Okay.
Yeah.
So but you are ER even
Hmm.
in New Mexico, right? But
Yes.
would you
Hmm.
say that it's not as I mean, I'm assuming that Atlanta, the kind of level and
It's
level 1
crazy.
trauma.
It's
Yeah, I
crazy.
mean, you probably see the worst of the worst
No, I
with
worked in
that, right?
Atlanta. I've been in ER. I've been a nurse now for about 34 years. I
Yeah.
started out in Ohio, where I'm originally from. But when I moved to Atlanta, just what you see in Atlanta, and even on the outskirts of Atlanta, what you see was just like, whoo, whoo.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
we do see the GSWs out here. We do see the stabbings. We do see, I don't know if I'm allowed to say it on here. We do see that out here. We just don't see that as much as like every day, all day as we
Sure.
see in Atlanta. Yeah.
Yeah, so you're probably not quite as inundated with
Mm-mm,
emergencies in New
mm-mm.
Mexico, maybe a little easier going.
It is.
Is that
It is.
due to population?
It's due, I would say, to the ruralness of it. I don't even know if that's a word.
Versus the big
Atlanta's,
metropolitan.
yeah, Atlanta's
Yeah.
like inner city. Even if you go to the smaller hospitals outside of Atlanta, you still see it. But
Yeah.
here, the hospital's in the middle of nowhere. Yes, and then there is a level 1 trauma hospital for the reservation. That's about 45 minutes away. So
Got it.
if you see a really big catastrophe, what have you, it's going to that hospital, not
Yeah.
ours.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you
And I
get
worked
That's that's kind of nice.
I worked at that
Yeah.
hospital for about 2 years, and that's when COVID hit, and I got PTSD from all that.
Oh, that
Dang.
I believe
Yeah.
that. I have so many friends who started out as emergency room nurses or just nurses in the hospitals and then after COVID left because
Hmm.
it was really traumatic for them. And then also I think people just have kind of lost their grace for each other. So
Hmm.
you just have a lot more people that either anyway, we don't want to go into politics. But yeah,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
can see why that would be traumatic. Absolutely.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Hmm. Hmm.
Do you get any
So
reading done while you're at work?
no, I work day shift, so no.
Okay.
If I look, and I
Hmm.
use my lunches to FaceTime my husband or to catch up on videos
Yeah.
that I need to either respond to or post or what have you. I don't get reading when I work my 7 on. I don't get hardly any reading done. When I'm on my 7 off is when I get all my reading done. Or, but I
Yeah.
can
Yeah.
say I listen to Audible on the way to and from work, so I do get that done. I can.
That is nice. Yep.
And that's a 45-minute commute, you said, right?
For
That's
40
pretty
minutes.
intense.
Yeah, 40 minutes
Yeah.
on like a 2-lane
Yeah.
road all the way there. Yep, 40 minutes out in the middle of
You
nowhere.
should.
You got dogs and horses
Wow.
crossing in front of you, cows crossing in front of you, and or deer crossing. Yeah, it's interesting.
So I know that aside from you obviously posting, you're also so you're an influencer for several book signing events. I
Yeah.
actually, Tyler, I get to meet Mama D next year
Uh-huh.
in
Next year,
Chicago.
Chicago.
Um,
Jealous.
Yep,
for a book
Chicago.
signing and I didn't realize it until you started like doing the influencing for them. I'm like, "Oh my God, are you going to be at the Chicago event because so am I."
Yeah, Natalie
So I'm
asked me
super
to be
stoked.
an influencer. Yeah. And
That is
then
so cool.
I got Lynn's Love Books. She's one of my mods, and she's heavy into support of indie authors. So we are her
That's
two
so cool.
influencers for next year.
That is so
Mhm.
That is
exciting.
so cool. How do you even get into something like that? Are you just invite only or?
You as an
'Cause I mean,
influencer?
I don't wanna be yeah, I don't know, that gives me anxiety, but,
It was
like,
it was
as
it
an
was just an
influencer.
invite. Natalie invited me. I was
Wow.
just at Romance Atlanta about 2 weeks ago, and Lee, which is the head of that, owns Shelf Love Atlanta. I was her influencer for her bookstore opening, and so she
Nice.
asked me to be an influencer for the event this year. And then next year, I am actually getting an influencer team together for. I'm in charge of that for that event next year for her as well.
That is so
Wow.
cool.
That is
You still
so
need to send me the info for the Washington one.
Oh, yes, I do. I'm waiting on Sasha Marshall to get back to me because Sasha Marshall, author, is the head of that event. And
Oh, very
actually,
cool.
actually, we're all in a group chat on Facebook Messenger, and I sent her a message yesterday. I'll have to look to see if she responded because I need some information about it to get it out to people. Yeah,
That's awesome.
and then
Yeah.
I'm going to be at Romance Atlanta, Romance Chicago. Oh, there's like I think there's like five of them next year. I'm an influencer for. Oh, the
And
Indiana event. What?
I was gonna say so you are doing so not only are you an influencer, you are also gonna be presenting the Indie
Yes.
Author Awards in
The
December.
in this year, the Indie Author
That
Awards.
now that
what?
is
Yeah.
insane. I'd never even heard of such a thing.
I didn't either until I guess Ron was on it was TA Books. Ron was on TA Books podcast and was talking about it and said, "Hey, it would be even more amazing if we could get MommaD to host them." And so TA clipped that and sent it to me. I'm like, "Host what? What is this?" And so I got back to Ron. I'm like, "Ron, what is this?" And then he said, "Would you do it?" And I'm like, "Okay, I'll do it." I mean, I don't know what I'm doing, but hey, we'll wing it.
Is it gonna be a virtual event? Is it
It's going to be
live? Where
it's going to be a virtual event. Yes, in December.
Oh, that's nice.
It's going to be a virtual event. It's the very first indie, and he's already had some issues, some drama with that, but um, it's going to be virtual in December, and then there's also the Book Talk Festival, which is next month that Sean is putting on.
what?
He's an indie author, and that's going to have I'm going to host an hour Q&A with indie authors for that. He asked me to host that. I'm like, okay. But what that is he's going to have publishers there. He's going to have panels there. He's going to have bookstores there. He's going to have, I mean, like every narrator, I mean, everything you can think of having to do with the book industry is going to be on a live with him. And he's even got some panels
That's
set
so
up with
cool.
some certain authors. He's going to have, I think Barnes and Noble, someone from Barnes and Noble is going to be there, talking about how you can get your book in their store. There's some other bookstores. I mean, he's going to have that's going to be big as well, and that's next month. I think it's August 24th. I think I have to check,
We
but
we may have to check that out virtually.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's called the Book Talk Festival, and if you,
Book
I'm
Talk
sure
Festival.
if yeah, if you search on Book Talk, you'll find it. But Sean is an author that's putting that all together.
Yeah, see, I mean, you're out there. I mean, you might be able to just retire from nursing.
Well, I wish, I
And
Yeah.
wish
do this one day. You know,
one
this is
day.
kind of like it's a great kind of like, hey, what am I gonna do when I retire, right? When I'm too tired to because your work is challenging
Yeah,
Yeah.
physically, emotionally, like
and
secondhand PTSD.
right. And what
Yeah,
I do with the book talk world is, and book indie authors, that is actually my enjoyment, my relaxation.
passion.
Although it does give me
Mhm.
anxiety at times,
I bet.
but that I enjoy because my work is very stressful.
Yeah, yeah.
I gotta ask, how do you balance it all? That is so much on your plate. Like, I get overwhelmed with my one YouTube channel and my podcast and my Instagram, and I
It's
don't do any influencer events.
right.
Yet.
Well, right yet. But if you it's my 7 days off that I have. Because if I'm working my seven, I
Mhm.
just schedule my videos now that I already have on my phone. It's when I'm off that I do all this. Because when I'm working, I don't really do much, to be quite honest. I might have some giveaways that are ending and I need to post a video as to who wins, and I might do that real quick. But
Mhm.
other than that, I don't do a lot when I'm working. And I don't even do Bookstagram that much. If you look on my Bookstagram, I do it a little, but mine's more so on Book
Mhm.
Talk versus Bookstagram.
Book Talk is
So
definitely
I'm
where I
looking
found
on
you.
your Bookstagram. You've been on since February 3rd, 2016. Yes, I scrolled all the way to the bottom.
Oh, that's
That that's pretty incredible. And like just to see like the development of your Bookstagram career, right? Because like I mean I call it a career at some point. I mean maybe we'll make money off of it, but it is a full-time job, like I said.
Mhm.
So seeing your progression on Bookstagram, I haven't checked out your book talk, but like I can only imagine it's even more developed over
Oh
on
yeah.
TikTok, right? Like you have your planned out what you're gonna put on. Is your following, I'm not on TikTok personally, but what's your following over on TikTok?
I want to say maybe 32,000, maybe.
Pretty
It's
cray.
Whoa,
somewhere around there. That Book Talk is where
that's
I'm at.
incredible.
Yeah, Book Talk is where I'm at. I'm not really on Bookstagram that much. I just started posting on it, but I don't. My Book Talk is where I more concentrate on.
And do you find, so I have a thing with Bookstagram where I find that it's such a safe community. Like you just kind of feel like
Mm,
you belong a little bit on for myself at least on Bookstagram.
yeah.
Do you feel like you've got that genuine community over on TikTok as
Oh
well?
yeah, yeah. I would say it's
Yeah.
I have met some of the most amazing people, and like the last at the bookstore opening, at the convention I went to, at the convention I went to last year, and it's getting to meet the people that face to face that you
Yeah.
meet on here. That's amazing. I mean, I was walking. I went to a book convention last year, and I wasn't even to where I am at this point, and someone's like, "Mama, hi, are you talking to me? Hey, how you doing?" Because it's
Yeah.
like, wait a minute, you know me? But it's like book talk is my family, man. Now
Yeah.
there is, and we'll say this, there is drama over there every now and then, but I try
Mm,
to stay out of the drama. I don't want to be involved in any of the drama, hence why I
yeah.
don't do politics or anything like that. I don't
Hmm.
do. I had one author that was upset with me last year, but they'll get over it. It was a review I did for them
Yeah.
they didn't like, but I stay out of the drama and just enjoy the positivity and promoting my indie authors and just having fun. I like to have fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what it should be about. We talk about that all
Mhm.
the time. The sometimes the because the
100%.
bookish community, I mean, it's such a it feels like a really safe place. And then sometimes
Mhm.
I think some people are like, "Oh, it's too safe. Let's drum up some drama." And it's cyclical. It's like the same stuff over and over again. It's like we've been there, done that. Well, why are we doing this?
Hmm.
Let's just all enjoy what we enjoy, which is books and stories, and we don't
Right.
need this. So,
And
book check
discovering new
is
authors.
yes, and discovering new authors
Yes.
and influencers and narrators and all the I mean, I've met so many incredible people. I mean, Tyler's
Mhm.
and my friendship is quite literally was birthed on Instagram, and now we get to
Yeah.
go hang out in Vegas together next month, and it's just
I get to meet her in
and I
person.
get to
That's gonna
meet
be so
Mama
cool.
D in Chicago next. I mean,
Yes.
this is
Yeah.
just
Yes.
so crazy. All of it is so crazy.
Where are you going in Vegas next month?
We are going to be at Be Love Spread Love, one of the author signing events at the Planet Hollywood.
Planet Hollywood.
It'll be my
I'm
Yeah.
supposed.
first book signing.
I might be there.
Really?
No way.
I'm supposed to be, I'm not sure. I'm still checking on things because I was supposed to be DW Cole's PA at several events this year. 4 events I picked, and like the first two I had to work. So I'm trying to work out because I'm supposed to be at that one next month with author DW Cole as her PA.
Well,
No
okay, you're
way.
gonna have
Hmm.
to let me know
Hmm.
if you're actually gonna be there, and then
Hmm.
we need to get together.
Yes, I'll let you know when I figure it
That
out
would
for
be
sure. I'm waiting on my schedule at
fantastic.
work.
Yeah.
See, I mean, it's such a great community because I think it brings people together. I mean, the
Hmm.
connections that you're able to
100%.
create, that it's just it wouldn't happen otherwise.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, oh my gosh, that's
Yeah.
absolutely insane.
That's so cool. Like literally, I am excited and also terrified for the day when somebody is like, "Oh my God, it's hello, happy good morning. Oh my God, it's Tyler." It's like because we create these like not personas because it's ourselves, right? When we're on Bookstagram, but we're creating these connections with people that for us is virtual, right? Like people are watching, like we're just posting whatever and sharing our lives and our books and stuff like that and you're just people know you but you don't know the people, right? So like the day where you get I like how what did you think when somebody was like, oh my God, Mama D? You're like, I don't know you.
Right.
Stranger danger.
Right.
Stop, drop,
Well,
roll.
right. Well, the I went to Authors in the Bluegrass last year, and I knew that there was like about. 10 book talkers that were going to go. I didn't realize there was like about 20 that I was friends with that went. And we all had a
Oh,
blast. We were
cool.
dancing
Bet.
and we all took a picture together and well took a lot of pictures, but for the ball that night we took a picture of all of us together. And then Casey what was Casey's name? Oh gosh, not Casey Mitchell. Casey Mills. Casey Mills came up to me and she goes, "Are you Mama D?" I'm like, I'm looking around going, "She's an author." And I'm like, yeah. I'm like, I'm just what? And she's like, stop by booth so and so tomorrow. I want to talk to you. And I'm like, okay. I'll
Am I in
stop.
trouble?
I'm like, yeah. I'm like, I'll stop by. But she just wanted to talk to me about something. But it was like she knew who I was. I'm like, wait a minute. And she was an author. I'm like, wait a minute. An author even knows who I am? Oh,
Mhm.
it's
Oh
just to
man.
me it's like surreal because you're like you're just doing what you love, having a good time, meeting people virtually,
Mhm.
and so you don't think that people really know you. And then the one that I just went to like 2 weeks ago, Romance Atlanta, Roxana Glass, she is a follower of Bestie on Book Talk, and I was standing there talking to my husband and another author and her husband, well, a author and her husband, and someone walks up and taps me, and I turn around, she goes, "Mama D." I'm like, "Yeah." And she's like, "I'm Roxana." And I'm like, "Wait a minute, Roxana God." And she's like, "Yeah." And we hung out all weekend. She hung out with my husband and I at the book event. But it was like, she knew who
Oh,
I
that's
was too. And I'm
amazing.
like, oh my God. But it's like, you just don't think you're doing what you enjoy, that people are actually watching you, that they're paying attention to you, that they, want
Yeah.
to know you. But they do. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, because sometimes
Yeah.
with the social media stuff, I mean, sometimes it feels like screaming into a void, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
Mhm.
then
Mm-hmm.
when it's like, oh no, people actually saw this, people actually listen, people actually, it's really cool. It's
It's
really
like
cool.
amazing. Last night on my indie author mix and mingle, Christopher Lee Dotson, he is an author that him and his daughter write together. He's an indie author. He
Cool.
lost his account on Book Talk because someone
Oh.
like I don't know hijacked it, took it over, and he couldn't get it back. And he had like 2,500 followers. So he had to start all over, and he sent me a thing and said, "Hey Mama D, can you help me out? I need to get 1,000." He was on one of my mix and mingles and couldn't come up on the camera, couldn't put his book out there, couldn't do anything, couldn't have a link in his bio because he wasn't there. And I said, "Oh, we got you." So I posted about, hey, what was going on with him, he needed this, and then that post went all over the place, and he's got his 1,000 followers. So last night he was
That's
like,
awesome.
so
Oh my
it was amazing.
gosh.
Like he said, he did that in a month. He said it took him 3 years to get 2,500 followers, but he got 1,000 followers from my one post that went to everybody else. So it was a group effort, but he got
That's
his
awesome.
1,000 followers in a month. And I was like, look, I did something. I helped somebody. That's like,
Yeah, well, you really do impact people's lives, right? I
Mhm.
mean, yeah, that is the best thing. I mean, for book talkers and bookstagrammers, like I think that y'all don't understand how impactful it is, what you do, talking
and I,
about, shouting about books.
right.
Yeah.
And I don't think we do because we just do it because we like it. We want to
Yeah.
support people. We want to help
100%.
people. And we
Yeah.
don't
Yeah.
realize because we're just doing it to help people.
Yep. Yep.
The reason why I started it is because I just wanted to talk about a book that I liked, and then like it landed me here. I guess that lends to a question like, why did you start your book talk? Was it just like you read a book and you were just like, I want to tell someone about it?
I, w- when I looked back, because my husband actually cracked me up because he's like, Did you ever look back at your first video?" I think one of my first videos I put on Book Talk, I was in my pajamas talking about a book. And I,
Me too.
right? I didn't realize that there was like a book talk community out there. And you're right. It was a Sam Mariano book. I want to say Untouchable. It was like the first bully romance that I had ever read. And I actually loved the book. So I just got on there and started talking about the book. And then
Yeah.
you realize, wait a minute, there's this whole community out there of people that are talking about books. I
Hmm.
mean, and then it just kind of went from there. It kind of went from there.
How long, well, okay, so how long ago was your first book talk post?
About two
Do you
years.
remember?
About 2 years.
Two
About two
years
years.
ago?
Hmm.
Okay.
32,002 years. That is
Yeah,
Yeah, that's insane.
incredible. And it's not about the followings, it's about the connections that you make
absolutely.
through those people,
Absolutely.
right? Like we had Kate Montgomery on just before you, and I stumbled upon her. She sent me her book. She was like, "Hey, can I send you a book?" And now we talk all the time.
Hmm.
Like you create these friendships with people that's organic,
Hmm.
right? Because as you get older, it's hard to make friends.
Yeah, yeah, it is.
But I guess social media helps with that.
Yeah,
The
it
very
is.
first, and what got me into indie author books, I didn't know what that was. I mean, heck, I was just out there reading books.
Me
I didn't
neither.
know what that was. Shannon
Yep.
Morse, she's an indie author, and she, right, I think it was December of maybe 2023. She said, "Hey, I know you don't know me. I'm a very small person on here. I saw one of your videos. You like to read. Would you like to read my book and review it?" And I'm like, okay. I was her very first ARC reader ever. And she actually
Oh,
explained to me what indie author was because I didn't know. And
yeah.
then when I found out the indie authors are like the underdogs and the best books I've read in the last 2 years have been indie authors, it's all about indie authors for me. I don't really, now,
Mm-hmm.
do I buy mainstream books every now and then? But I buy,
Because buying books is fun,
oh
and you
yeah,
can just go to the store
oh
and
yeah.
pick them off the shelves and go,
But
"That looks good."
I don't buy a lot of mainstream books. I have over 5,000 books, and probably I would say 80% of them are indie author books.
You do have an actual library.
No,
You have 3
I
libraries.
have over 5,000 books between my
Where do you
books in
put them all?
Atlanta. Well, I don't have any more room in Atlanta. And my living room in my apartment in New Mexico, there's no furniture because I'm just there to work. I mean, there's a bedroom stuff, but the whole, and I don't,
Mhm.
it's a video on my book talk page. The whole living room is full of books.
Wow.
I've seen, I think you've posted a couple of snippets on Instagram
Mm,
of just, like, your stacks just everywhere,
mm.
right? Like, that's crazy. It's crazy you talk about the first person who ever sent you a book, because JV was actually the first person who ever sent me a physical book.
Oh,
Yep. She was like, "Hey, I like your vibe. I'd like to send you a book." And I literally looked at my husband and I was like, "Someone wants to send me a book, like a real book, like
right,
one in the mail, like to me."
right, right.
Yeah, and yeah, and she's just like, "Yeah, I just think you're cool." And I was like, "Okay." And then she
Oh.
sent it to me, and then that started this tidal
Hmm.
wave of just like book after book after book after book, which I'm eternally grateful for. Do not
Hmm.
get me wrong. But like my mail lady is like, "Another one,
Hmm.
another one."
Oh, right.
Like just
Look, they know my husband at our local post office because he goes in there like every other week to send me anywhere from 6 to 10 boxes of mail to New
Oh
Mexico.
my
that is.
gosh. So
I have a question.
Mm.
Oh,
no,
sorry, go
no.
ahead.
Well, get your question out of the way with first, and then I'll ask mine.
Where's Homestead? Because if he's sending you books to New Mexico, are you then having to move all those books back
Oh,
to
I
your
will
home?
eventually. Yes,
It's gonna be
probably
you're gonna
November.
rent a
November.
semi
Crazy.
truck.
Well, my husband said,
You're gonna need a boat.
my husband said semi. I was like, it's not that much. Okay, maybe a U-Haul truck, but not a semi.
Aw. Is he super supportive of this? He sounds
Yeah,
like he's really
absolutely. He's
supportive of it.
absolutely
Yeah,
supportive.
he sounds like.
Mm.
Oh, he
When
sounds
I
like
went
such
to
a great guy.
go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, no, go ahead.
When I went to the book convention, like what, 2 weeks ago, I have a cart that's on wheels because I'm a professional book buyer, okay, at conventions. And he had to go out and take that.
Damn.
He had to go out and take that and empty it in the vehicle like 3 times because I filled
Well,
it up
with
with books.
165 books that you bought.
162, not 65,
Oh,
62.
62. Sorry. Um, so how do you manage not to lose track of what you have read, what you
A
need to
scanner,
read?
a scanner. My
Oh,
daughter got me a
oh,
scanner.
like
Ooh.
one of
She
those
got me
library
yeah,
scanners?
she got me a scanner like about 2 years ago for Christmas, and you just scan the ISBNs for the ones that you can because some don't have them, and then it puts it into an app and you can categorize them under author, under genre, however you want to. Because I mean, I used to buy multiples all the time and not realize it all the time. I would just give them away
Yeah,
anyway,
oh,
but
I've done that.
hmm
Yeah.
hmm
it's like, oh, I
but you
literally
get
had
yourself
this
a
already.
scanner. Get yourself a scanner.
Yep.
You need a scanner,
I
Tyler.
think I'm gonna have to.
Hmm.
And you use Libby?
Yes.
Is that the app that you
It's not
use?
Libby. It's
Yeah.
it starts with an L, but it's not Libby. Libby has to do with the libraries.
Oh, you're right.
It's not Libby.
You're
It
right.
starts with an L,
Yeah.
but it's not Libby.
It's something else.
Yeah, yeah. But I mean,
I don't
if
know.
you
Yeah.
got a lot of books, you have to have it because, like I said, I used to buy multiples all the time, all the time.
Does it alert you? Oh, hey, Mama D, you already got this.
Oh, well, you just scan the ISBN and it will pop up that it's already in your library. hmm
Oh,
hmm
how often does
Yeah.
that happen to
I
you?
It doesn't anymore, but it used to happen
Oh, good.
all the time.
Yeah. Well, especially, okay, we have a new cover, or when an indie gets picked up by a trad publisher and they change the title
and
a
it gets
little bit
recovered.
and has a new
Yeah.
cover, but it's the same story. And
Or try that.
Mhm.
My library, not my library, but my app goes crazy because I probably have a series if I like it. I buy every single edition of that I can get a hold of. And some of the books I have
oh,
special editions of
Wow.
like 5 or 6 of one book just because I like the book.
yeah.
My very first reverse harem was Den of Vipers. Now, is it like the greatest book ever? No, but it's my very first reverse harem ever. I think I have like 6 editions of Den of Vipers. Like 5 of them are special editions of Den of Vipers. And then
Wow.
St. Abbey, gosh, what is it? Mind F series. I think I have about 4 or 5 editions of that because that book, that series is absolutely amazing. I think I have 4 or 5 editions of that. So I kind of go a little crazy.
How do you Can I just say this is going to sound really
Yeah.
weird, but your recollection is
Yeah.
literally insane. You've listed the author and title of like 12 different books in this podcast. I can't even remember the author of
She
the
doesn't even
last book that
remember
I
my
freaking
name.
read.
If it wasn't right there on the screen, she'd be like, who am
Oh,
I talking to right now?
oh, no, she would remember. You were her first.
Shots
Or she was your
fired.
first, or you were her first. She'd remember.
Yeah. No, but it's just like your recollection. Like, first of all, you speed read, which is incredible because you go
That's
through
cool.
quite a few books
I
when you're
want that.
reading. But your like, if people ever question your recollection, like this should be proof positive that, like, I bet you could probably tell us plots and characters of all the books that you named. Like, it's incredible.
But the thing is if I like a book, I mean, if it's a book that you like, it's gonna stick with you. I mean, there's some books that, like the one I told you, the author was mad at me because I had the review. Uh, I don't remember the
Hmm.
name of the book. I could tell you a little bit about what it's about. I could see the face of the author, but I can't tell you his name. And it's not a book that's in my memory that I'm going to read again.
Hmm.
But if it's a book that you really, touches you, you'll remember it. You'll remember it.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah.
Mhm.
They stick with you.
Totally.
I agree.
That's crazy.
Well, I hate to be that person, Tyler. I'm always that
Yeah,
person,
I
but
know.
we have to wrap it up, unfortunately. But, Mama D, maybe we'll get to see each
Next month.
other
Next month.
next month.
Next month.
Maybe I'll
And
let you know.
please, please do that. Be so
Actually,
great.
don't tell us and then just show up.
Okay.
Like,
That would
she's
be
gonna have
fun
a
too.
table. She'll
I'll
have
be there.
like you'll see her, you'll see me. Sorry, just like surprises because I think that that'd be even
Like,
more fun.
Okay.
Yeah,
that would be
Well,
so cool.
JV might pass out.
I probably will.
Good thing she's a nurse. We'll be fine.
yeah.
You
Yeah.
know
I got
CPR.
you. I do. I do. But
Thank
thank
you
you guys for
so
having me.
much.
This is my very first podcast I've ever been on. So,
No
yeah, I
way.
don't do
Well,
podcasts.
thank you. It's such an honor.
Oh, thank you guys
Honestly,
for
I'd love
having
to have
me.
you back on.
We'd love
You
to
know,
chat.
Yeah, we do a little bit of an outro, so I'm just gonna. I don't know if you've ever seen Hot Ones on YouTube, but they do a throwaway the camera. We just give you your spotlight of like events you've got coming up, where we can find you, stuff like that. If you'd like to promote yourself a little bit, so we'll go ahead and do that really quickly. Would you like to go by Mama D
I go
or
by Mama D because that's what everybody knows me as.
okay?
Yeah. Yeah, I
Perfect.
can do that. You want me to go ahead?
No, I'll do
You
my
do
thing
it.
here
I'm
real
like, I don't
quick.
know.
Yep. Yeah, no, that's totally fine. Mama D, we have to wrap it up here, and we do not want to because we could literally sit and talk with you for hours. But before we let you go, we would like to pass the mic over to you. Let the people know what you got going on in your
And where we
life.
can find you.
All right. All right, y'all. This is Mama D. I am on Mama D 1452 on Booksta and Mama D on 1452 on Book Talk. I primarily on Book Talk, but I'm starting to build up my family on Booksta as well. I will be an influencer next year at Shelf Love Atlanta, Romance Atlanta, Romance Chicago. So I'll see you guys there. I have a lot going on, so you guys stay tuned. Big things coming up for Mama D in the indie author community. I am hosting the first ever annual Indie Author Awards. They will be virtual on Book Talk, and they will be in December. Also, I'm going to be hosting an hour Q&A with indie authors on the Book Talk Festival, which will be next month on Book Talk as well. So you guys stay tuned. Big things coming up.
This is so cool.
Amazing.
Thank you so
That's so good.
much.
She handled
I
that like a
know. It's like you've
champ,
done this
like
before.
PR pro.
No,
Yeah.
not at all.
Fake it till you make it.
That's
Yep,
it right
you
there.
made it. You made it.
Oh, no,
Thank you
no.
so much, Mama D. It was
All right.
such fun
Thank you,
talking to
ladies.
you.
And look,
Have
you
a
never know.
Yes.
I might see you next month.
So exciting.
fingers crossed.
Right.
Yes.
All right. Thanks for having me, ladies.
All right.
Awesome. Have a good
Bye-bye.
day.